Olinda, Ethel and Gustav Gibbons were siblings who owned land in Hobart as tenants in common, which means that they all owned the whole land. Gustav died but left behind a wife. Olinda and Ethel, the two sisters, wanted to mortgage the land, so they signed deeds which separated their ownership of the land into 3 shares, making them joint tenants. Now this is important because if they're tenants in common, no individual person could sell off or give away their bit of the land because the other owners own that bit of land too. But if ownership is divided into shares, each person can do whatever they want with their shares. Olinda and Ethel both later died. The remaining owner, the wife of Gustav Gibbons, was in an odd position because if the land was still owned as tenants in common, then as the final survivor, she owned all the land herself. What a great windfall. But if the land had been divided into 3 shares, well, in that case, she still only owned her share, and the other shares would be part of the estates of the 2 sisters. So, to get all the land, Mrs. Gibbons had to show that the sisters had not entered into valid deeds separating the ownership of the land. She argued that they had not been mentally competent to enter into those deeds, that they had not understood what they were doing. A jury found that Mrs. Gibbons was right, that the sisters had not understood what they were doing. The question for the High Court was whether this meant the deeds were void. The court found that the deeds were not void, they were merely voidable, meaning they could be made void, but only by the people who made the deeds, Olinda and Ethel, or by the executors of their estate. The court said, an instrument of conveyance executed by a person incapable of understanding its effect, in the sense of its general purport, is not on that account void, though in the circumstances it may be voidable by the conveyor or his representatives. Obviously, the executors of Olinda and Ethel's estates weren't going to make the contract void, because why give away the land? The deeds therefore stood. And what we learn from this case is that a contract made by a mentally unsound person is not void, but merely voidable.